Today we are going to be reading Paul Revere's Ride. I'm going to be asking you a set of questions before and after you read. When you do read the book and I ask you questions, I would like you to refer to the book as text evidence to answer each question, okay?
Okay.
Good. Before we begin reading, let's take a picture walk through the book. Be sure to look at unfamiliar words, pictures, any text features that you may see, and anything that might give you a good idea of what setting is taking place, okay? Let's go ahead and begin our picture walk. When you did your picture walk, was there anything that stood out to you? Any unfamiliar words, any photographs, anything that told you about the setting? Yes.
I don't know what the word colonies mean.
Okay, colonies are a group of people that settled in one place in America when they came from Great Britain. Does that help?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yes.
I could see that there's a war. That helps me understand the setting to know that this was a long time ago because there's not any wars happening like today or right now.
Okay, good. Yes.
I seen a quote on one of the pages, and that was back in the days, and now we just use a normal pen.
Right, now we just use a regular pen. I'm glad that the quill pen stood out to you because that's definitely going to give me an idea that this story is taking place a long time ago because we do not use those pens anymore. Was there anything else? Yes.
The flag has 13 stars, but now we have 50 stars.
Very good. Yes, this flag does have 13 stars, and we do have 50 stars now. That's very observant of you, actually. I didn't even see that the first time that I did my first picture walk, so very good.
And also it's in a circle.
And it's in a circle form. I'm glad that the quill pen stood out to you because that's definitely going to give me an idea that this story is taking place a long time ago because we do not use those pens anymore. Was there anything else? Yes.
The flag has 13 stars, but now we have 50 stars.
Very good. Yes, this flag does have 13 stars, and we do have 50 stars now. That's very observant of you, actually. I didn't even see that the first time that I did my first picture walk, so very good.
And also it's in a circle.
And it's in a circle. Any predictions that you can make in this book during your picture walk? Yes.
That the British are going to attack. But
That the British are going to attack who?
the British are going to attack the American.
Okay, well, let's read more to find. Go ahead and open your books and read it.
Introduction. Paul Revere. It was the year 1775. The British people living in America did not live in the states then. Instead, they lived in 13 colonies. The British king ruled the colonies. Many Americans did not like his rules, so they fought to be on their own without a king. Chapter 1. A Nation Fights Back. It was an exciting day in the barn. It's the 4th of July, said the large horse.
Now that you've read the book, what did you think about it? Yes.
I think it's interesting to learn how the Americans got their freedom from the British.
Yes, I think it was interesting as well. What text features did you identify when you were reading this book? Yes.
I found the table of contents.
And how does that help you?
It helped me find the chapters that I'm looking to read for.
Very good. It gives you the page numbers and the headings to help you find the chapters easily. Was there any other text features in the book? Yes.
The photograph.
The photograph. And on page what? 2, how did this photograph help you?
To show me what King George III looked like.
Very good. It showed you exactly what he looked like because you've never seen him before. Yes.
A label
A label. How does that label help you?
to tell me what I'm looking at.
Okay, good. What else?
I found a map.
How does the map help you?
It shows you where they were.
It shows you where the event was taking place. Very good. You can tell me the genre of this book. Yes.
Historical fiction.
How do you know?
the book sets time from long ago, and its setting is real, and it has lots of facts in it too.
But it's still a story, which is why it's called historical fiction, okay? While you were reading the book, what did you decide the author's purpose was? Yes.
The author's purpose would be entertain. I mean, if it was informed, the book would be nonfiction, and it wouldn't be a story, but the book is still a story.
Yes, absolutely. It has characters, a setting, conflict, a solution. So it still has the elements of a story, even though it gave us some facts or some things that were realistic within the story. But yes, I too would say the author's purpose is to entertain. While reading the book, what character trait would you use to describe Paul Revere? Yes.
He was determined to help his country, and he's a patriot because he loves his country.
Absolutely, and that's the definition of a patriot. A patriot is someone who loves their country and would do anything to make sure that their people are going to be okay. What text structure would you use to describe the book? Yes.
At first I thought it was chronological order because I saw the date 1775, but when I continue on the book, there wasn't the more years, so it has to be problem and solution.
How do you know?
Because the British were secretly coming to attack the colonies, but Paul Revere made a dangerous ride to tell all the colonies that the British were coming.
Wow, I'm impressed. Very good. Very good. Okay, so who can summarize this entire book for me? Yes.
The British people were going to attack.
The British people or the British soldiers?
The British soldiers were going to attack the colonies, but Paul Revere prepared the colonies to fight.
Very good. So Paul Revere prepared the colonies to fight. Therefore, they wouldn't be attacked. What do you learn from the map on page 2? Yes.
The text is talking about the 13 colonies, and the map is showing me exactly where the 13 colonies are.
Very good. And even if I look at the title on the map, it says the 13 colonies: Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New York, Massachusetts, and Maine, New Hampshire. Is actually showing you where that territory was that Paul Revere and the rest of the 13 colonies were in. How do you know that Jacob the horse was helpful to Paul Revere? Yes.
Jacob the horse was helpful because if he wasn't there, after he went on the boat and he made it to land, the horse wouldn't be there, so he would have to make the long walk over there. But even though he would made it, but the British soldiers,
it's okay.
Soldiers helped
So you're saying that if he had to walk on land, that the British soldiers would have gotten there long before he was able to warn them? Okay, very good. Word on page 16 means freedom from the British rule. Explain how you know. Let's turn to page 16. Yes.
The word independence.
Independence? Okay, how do you explain that?
Because independence means you're free and nobody can rule over you.
Good, nobody can rule or control you because you are independent. Good. Why was it so important that Paul Revere ride in the middle of the night to warn the colonists? Yes.
Their men is very important to the fight against the British, so he had to warn them about the fight.
Okay, very good. He wanted to warn them about the attack. Excellent job. Okay, so to wrap it all up, Paul Revere was an American patriot who was most famous for riding his horse in the middle of the night to alert the army of the British coming to take over. Without that happening, the British would have basically invaded and probably taken over the colonies at that time. Okay?
Describe the contents of the title with the first and last chapter and its page number. So the first chapter is Big Scary Bones. Mid-2030s. in the text there are father were talking to him to see his grandma and grandpa before they put him in his check lunch tray, some thimbles, tooth, bath, shoe, dish,